Why do old towns have clock towers? Have you ever strolled through an old European city or a colonial town and noticed one thing towering above everything else? The clock tower. But why were they built in the first place? And why do so many of them still stand today, centuries later? Today on Wise Facts, we'll uncover the surprising history of clock towers, symbols of pride, community, and the way time itself shaped entire towns. More than timekeepers. Clock towers were never just about telling time. They were status symbols. In the Middle Ages and Renaissance, a public clock was like a badge of honor. It showed a town's wealth, its technology, and even its political power. Take the Zittglogge in Bern, Switzerland. Built in the 13th century, it started as a guard tower and later became a stunning astronomical clock with moving figures. Or the Torre dell'Orologio in Venice, Italy, with its blue and gold face and bronze statues striking the bell, a masterpiece that displayed Venetian wealth and creativity. Even in the Middle East, the Jaffa Clock Tower in Tel Aviv, built in 1903, marked modernization, celebrating Sultan Abdul Hamid II. When time was shared. Before watches and long before smartphones, time wasn't personal, it was communal. Most people didn't own clocks. The entire town depended on one tower to stay on schedule. Its bells signaled when markets opened, when laborers began their work, even when children walked to school. In medieval Europe, monasteries first set the pace of the day, but as towns grew, they needed something bigger, louder, more precise. Enter the mechanical clock tower. One of the oldest still ticking? The Salisbury Cathedral clock in England, built in 1386. It still works today, and it doesn't even have a face. It was built just to chime the hour. The sound of a town. The bells of clock towers weren't just noise, they were music, uniting entire communities. Each bell was custom-made, tuned to travel across hills or echo through busy streets. Their unique sound became part of a town's identity. In Boston, the Old North Church still rings the same bells cast in 1744, the oldest in North America. For centuries, those chimes have connected the modern city to its colonial past. Built to last. Clock towers were designed to endure. Early mechanisms needed caretakers to wind gears and weights by hand. Later, pendulums and motors improved precision. But many towns resisted modernization, choosing instead to preserve the original craftsmanship. In France, the Tour de l'Horloger still runs on a 15th century mechanism. In Japan, the Shinkoro clock tower blends samurai-era architecture with Western clockwork. And in Prague, the astronomical clock from 1410 still amazes crowds 600 years later. These towers aren't just monuments to timekeeping. They are monuments to memory, tradition, and human connection. So the next time you pass by a clock tower, remember, it's not just telling time. It's telling the story of a community, of pride, and of how people once lived their lives together, hour by hour, bell by bell. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe to Wise Facts for more fascinating history and curiosities every week.